Back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing jiggle, jiggle. And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow. Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to Vizzy. At the Millies, out on Club Hearst. Give the word if it's a cinch, Lord forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road runner, keep my motor going. Hey, people feel away, but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I bust a nut, she be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down, it's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Niggas love to show and tell, but all my niggas know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going. Going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow,
The Insomniac sitting spins now in the air for all the night freaks who can't sleep. I'm the Insomniac, Juvan, and today we're gonna take a look at some of my flicks. So you're getting where you fitting. Sit down, shut up, and listen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to flick it. Welcome to the Insomniac Sit and Spin. 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 Yeah. You vibes in the word. What a wait. Late night creeps where the shadows grin. Juvan's in the cut, let the games begin. With a flick of the blade, we dive in the sin. It's a marathon groove, not a race to win. The clock don't sleep, the knives don't pause. Chasing thrills, no time for applause. The world spins mad on Juvan's claws, where the edge cuts deep in the night's great jaws. Sit and spin under the neon glow. Wide awake where the insomniacs go. Feel the steel flash, let the adrenaline flow. Juvan's night flicks, it's the live late show. It's the live late show. Right away. It's the live late show. We're too sharp to dull, too fast to catch. Each blade is the spark making midnight hatch. In the zone we own on this Twitch dispatch, where the world sits still but the vibes still match. Time's a blur in the sleepless den. Every move's a twist, that slice in the zen. Juvan's got the rhythm, the pulse of man. Locked in the spin till the morning end. Sit and spin under the neon glow. Wide awake where the insomniacs go. Feel the steel flash, let the adrenaline flow. Juvan's night flicks, it's the live late show.
I'm a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna wanna make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke 'em, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes. And if you find him, you should light him up a few. He's getting high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's weightless and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's weightless and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's weightless and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's weightless and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong? Do you know that you're right or wrong?
Do you know that you're right or wrong?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
What is up, guys? I hope everybody can hear me. Everybody who's here, what is up? What is up? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody on a Tuesday late night. Joe Kaspernick was here early. What is up, Joe? Good to see you, brother. B Shady was here early. Channel member, as is Geek Machinist, channel member. And brother Paul Mills, channel member. Good to see all you guys. As is Kim Mills. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. We're rolling. I went early. What I do is I watch Tri-States Live towards the end and just make sure that when he goes off, I go on because I know it's kind of a late night deal. I figure if I can get started 10 or 15 minutes early, that's a good thing. Ron Ellis is in the hotel. I don't know if he's in, I'm not going to dox him, but I'm sure you're in a lovely, lovely part of either Alabama or Mississippi. Wishing you the best, buddy. Good to see you. Trying a new energy drink, protein drink, Dubby. I'll let you know what I think about it. Right now, the jury's out because I'm just now testing it. Richard Hopkins, channel member, what is up, buddy? Let me get a little bit of background music in here. Just quiet background. Where is it? I tell you, StreamYard has gotten so wacky in terms of the changes. I don't see. Here we go. That's kind of my vibe track that I just play in the background. Scotty, SoX Scooter, what is up, my man? Good to see you, brother. Tonight we're going to talk about a few different knives. I've got some fixed blades to kind of talk about in a little bit of detail. Got some folders to always point out. Kind of focus on American knives tonight just because I've got some cool ones. trying to come up with some interesting content ideas on mixing some of these knives up, because they're knives like this that don't get nearly enough focus from me. I've got a couple of these knives. These are from Dustin Driver Defense, a small maker in North Alabama, but he's always at Blade Show. I met him at Blade Show and then met him at the Custom Knife Maker Show. He does a really good job with these small, super comfortable, I guess you'd call them a skinning knife, EDC knife, but they're Magna Cut, about 64 and a half HRC. It's thick, nice little knives, but I don't get to show it enough because it's kind of a custom, even though they're widely available. If you go to his Instagram, and I've been really digging my XM18 ever since I got to check out that Battlefield pickup XM18, which I never knew the lore behind the Battlefield pickup. And although I think it's super, super, super cool, and I like the fact that it's got some, one of a kind personality, I compared it pretty closely to this one. And if you look at this knife with a titanium scale versus a Battlefield pickup without, you're still going to come in a little bit less expensive on the regular XM18. However, your resale value and things like that are not going to be nearly the same because the Battlefield pickups are very limited production and they're very desirable. I can tell you they are not cheap. Awesome, Scotty. Sweet. Was that your mobile knife maintenance kit or just your mobile get it together kit? Because I've got my mobile knife maintenance kit, but I rarely go anywhere, so I don't take it that much. No lock travel stop on that Hinder. No, both of them have it. They've got the lock travel stop. You talking about right here? They've got the no, they don't have the lock travel stop on the XM18s. I don't think on any of mine. No, I don't think any of mine have them. Maybe my... Yeah. My half track has it. Probably a different generation. I think I picked up mine, my XM18, maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So they might have added them since then. I know the Battlefield pickup didn't have it, but it was I think even a couple years older than that. It may be behind the clip. Yeah, it is behind the clip. Good call. That's where it lives. Behind the clip. This is a Spanto. I wish it was a slicer. I wish it was one of their new hologram slicers that they released. Even the Jurassic. I've got a Jurassic. It's an older model, and it does not have... It's got kind of a late lockup. And the new Jurassics, when they came out in limited production, they were hologram, and they were sweet. I was really digging those. Y'all are all saying hello to everybody, and if I missed anyone, I apologize. I thought we'd look at a couple of things here in just a little bit that I wanted to share with you guys. I'll jump out of chat and just show y'all some kind of cool knives that have been showing up in my feed. I get made aware of not just customs, but I guess production knives, like that new Null knives that I wasn't aware was coming, because I'm really not. Cheeto Jones, what's up? Because I'm not really in the market, so I'm not as plugged in to a lot of the knives that are coming out. But there are some really cool knives coming out. I'm sure you guys are plugged up, but I feel like one of my tasks or one of my responsibilities is showing you guys cool stuff if I see it. So I did do a little, what you would call pre-planning, to kind of look at some content, just some other knives like at DLT at White Mountain Knives at Instagram. I like looking at Instagram because that's where I see a lot of cool stuff. Colin McGuire. I don't know if I've got his knife out here. I don't think I do. But he had a video on Instagram today that was pretty cheery. Just a real positive video that kind of gives you an insight into the guy who makes the knives, which I always think is kind of valuable. We're going to jump over here real quick to Instagram. And we're just going to look at the my feed. And B Shady is the man. He has the coolest, cleanest post with just really nice angles. Now that's a T. Denny Apprentice. I love this knife. I can't say enough nice things about it. You can get them in a lot of different handle materials. You can get them in a lot of different blade materials. This one is, my V2 is in crew wear. My V1 is in MagnaCut, and they are very scalpel-like. We'll go to T. Denny's page right now. Just gorgeous little knives. Small Oak City leather, has a sheath for them. Joe will make a sheath for them. That shows you the size next to a Lamia. They're not very big, but they are very, very cool. MagnaCut and Rich Light. Let's go back to our homepage, see what we were looking at. All right, so we saw that. There's the new TKL Gideon drop, which is a very wicked knife that's got some slicey on both sides. Very good knife companies, always putting up content showing how he makes his knives so clean. Catfish. Knives Fast. KC showing some knives. I think I told you guys the coolest knife I've experienced so far this year has been the Concept Thunderhead, which is KC's knife. I've got that knife. That's an awesome little knife. It's got a 60-degree edge on the front. That's the Gideon V3. That's a little bit different. But I don't fight with knives. I just look at them as close quarters. That's a sweet little Spyderco Bow River that Geek Machinist has got on there. Joey's got him some food on there. He's usually got really cool knives. If y'all don't follow Joey Roman, I've owned one of his knives. He makes some really cool stuff, all by hand. Big stuff, little stuff. Very affordable stuff and USA made stuff. So follow Joey Roman if you get a chance. Look at a few more here. Your feed all changed up. I had a bunch of stuff on here that was really cool. There's one of Jared's, I guess 3 of Jared's knives. Those are, I forget what the one on the right's called, but that's his convict and his inmate. Is that what they're called? And that's the one by Wee on the far left. His first knife in K390. And I don't know what the third one's called, but the recurve is not my favorite, but it's a gorgeous knife. I have not checked any out. I did check out the first one at Blade Show last year. He had a proto. Really nice knife there. Joey Roman's catching catfish. That's an Aries EDC from our buddy Scott. Somebody picked up. That looks like a Tuya hive. Tuya, I don't know if y'all pay attention much to Tuya knives. They're a smaller brand. that works with some off-seas, both independent designs, and they, i.e. David Warren, design some knives that they make, and they get some really cool ones. I own several Tuya knives, and they are nice. I don't know what that is. Buck Strider. Anyway, a lot of cool things. Aries EDC on Instagram. I always like to just see what's up. I think Kyle or Cole did a review on that knife. Pry bars. Peace Neighbor. That's the guy that's on the he was on Lefty's Live one night. He's on what's that? He played Aquaman or some shit in one of those movies. He's a movie star guy. Sean Ackmore. Couple of raccoons. All right, we're going to get out of Instagram. Come back, see what I missed. Then we'll look at some other knives. Congratulations, my friend. Every time a project goes together, that is awesome. Geek Machinist, that's even cooler. It's a nice knife. I love supporting my local dealer. You guys might have noticed I've been reviewing a lot of knives for my company here, Knives and More. They are super nice. I get nothing off of it except the opportunity to review knives I'd never get to see before. And I reviewed this knife and then bought it or traded for it. I traded a Medford for it that I didn't carry. And I reviewed this knife and then traded a Benchmade Freak for it because I just really like Protex button locks, and having thumb studs gives it that Protect kick, and it just makes it an awesome knife. So I enjoy having a local knife store that's got really cool stuff. Show the pic I sent you on IG. Let me see. I'll share it, Scotty. Hold on, buddy. Very nice. Is that your maintenance kit? Let's see what you got. I don't know how to blow it up. Like you got a light, a driver, a little ratchet, your first aid stuff. Oh yeah, you've taken it one step further. You've got your yep. Is that a bit bar? You got your swabs. You got your little magnifying glass. I love your little data pack. I've never seen those in person, but I know they're super popular. But I would say that is absolutely all you need. I've shown you guys what I carry, but it's mainly just, I don't have my Chewy packed up, but I mainly just carry stuff to do basic maintenance on my blades. And I've used the screwdriver quite a bit, the bit driver, I guess I should say. But I use a little, and I don't get them from. I use these little things, but I get them from Amazon, and you can get like 8,000 for $4. They're just those little things like you can get from why's my brain going? My brain is just not working. What's up, Jay Cameron? Mini Sharpie's good. Scotty, I'll show you something really cool. Not that you need it, but I bought a bag of Mini Sharpie. And I went to CountyCom and I got a Mini Sharpie vault. It's a little titanium vault that has an O-ring in it. It keeps your Sharpie from drying out. And it also has got a clip on it, so it stores really well in an EDC bag. But you don't need it. It's just one of those little gadgets that I picked up because I thought it was really cool. It's a want, not need item. Very nice. So that'll keep up with your screws. You can use the kit itself as what you work on. Yeah, that's my least favorite. I've I've had to do some serious magnet hunting for screws. Magnets come in handy where I lose them, because I lose them in my dining room where I cut a lot of paper and do reviews. So it's kind of cluttered the floor right under where my shit always flies off. Yeah, the mini Sharpies. I use Sharpies to ship stuff, you know, for all the giveaways. I use Sharpies for just about everything. What's up, Jesse? And I'm a big fan. That's why I got the little titanium one, because I thought I'd carry it more, but I don't have it in my little bug out bag now, because I've got it over there where I label my shit when I weigh it and measure it out and send it your guys' way. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. It has been good here. Had a little victory today where I got the lawnmower started, running great. Got 2 things of grass mowed. It started choking out on me. And it's not an old mower, so I had to come in and watch a bunch more videos. I think my carburetor's loose, and I'm just about to call somebody because I'm about tired of it. It's getting old. I kind of want to do it just because today when I got it started, there was a little bit of victory. I just took the carburetor apart and put it back together and drained it out. So I know I'm close. So this is DLT, what they've got new. So they've got a couple of Chris Reeves Mandy, which is a small little Chris Reeves gentleman folder. Kind of a not rare knife, but you don't see them every day. They've got one there for $500. They've got a couple of skinny Hinder Eclipses. Skinnies are kind of cool because they're not as thick as a normal size Hinder. So they're, a little more slicey, a little more EDC. I've got a flipperless Eclipse. I'm a big fan of the Eclipse style. It's about the same size as an XM18, but it's just a little bit more tactical. And these are Magna Cut. And what I do when I pick out a Hinder is I always choose from the titanium color, because chances are I'm going to swap out the scales at some point. So when you look at these, this is probably going to be a blue. Let's see if it's going to show blue. It said blue. No. Read the descriptions. Call if you have questions. Let's see. Stonewashed. Oh, they're stonewashed titanium. Gotcha. So anyway, yeah. Hinders that used to never stick around, they're about to have a big drop on Koenig Ariuses. If anybody is in the market for a mini Arius, I've got one. I like it. I don't carry it as much as I wish I did, just because it's smaller, where the full size Arius is full size. And they've got some null knives dropping, which look pretty cool to me. I'm a big fan of my Voodoo, and that looks like a sleeker, more subdued version, with lack of a better terms, if you will, as it were. But DLT always gets some pretty cool stuff in if you're in the market for stuff like that. Jack Wolf's. These are some of the ultralights, it looks like, that are 164. So just different stuff, right? So a lot of these brands I'm not even familiar with. I am familiar with Microtech. I am familiar with Hinder, which gets me just bored enough to come back to chat and say, what's up, Space Ghost? What's up, Luke? What is happening? Kyle's hands, hopefully they'll show up here shortly. What's up, said Stevie? What is going on? Hey, said Stevie has got a sweet deal on that knife right there. I don't know if it's that pattern, but I put Skiff thick washers in mine, and I like it even better than the bearings. But if Stevie's got a bro deal on one and somebody's looking for a fantastic hollow ground made in Alabama, my state, knife, that does not disappoint, talk to Stevie. Hook that brother up. Buy his knife. Sobex, reach out to him, dude. You guys know each other. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. You didn't lead me wrong when you got me hooked on TRM. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. My buddy A to Z EDC just got a Dixon in that I'm going to be reviewing real soon. I handled Ryan's and checked him out at Blade Show. Wasn't in the buying mode. Have seen Stevie's and noticed he's had a little evolution through his. And I'm really looking to check out that knife. But in all truth, as much as I like that knife and I love the finger hole for my hand and for your hand, Scotty, this is a great size knife. And it's made well. And you put some, I mean, it's great on bearings. Don't get me wrong. But the skiff washers, chef's kiss. Love it, love it, love it. That's the one you're getting rid of, the V1 375 and lots of extras. And that is a deal. Yeah, the Dixon is perfect. The Dixon is a great knife. And one thing about it is as large as it is, and it's not like overbearing in my hand, it's not large in your pocket. It doesn't seem to take up more pocket real estate than most knives I carry. And I don't mind carrying a bigger knife. I carry my Hinderers, I carry my Spartan. And they're, by all practical purposes, full-size big knives. Now, there's a guy at the local knife store who you guys might have seen at Blade Show. He's got, you probably haven't, or you might have seen him, but you wouldn't have paid attention to him unless you looked at one of his knives. He doesn't carry anything under 9.5 inches. He carries some monster custom knives, stuff that I can't even imagine what you cut with it. But yeah, Paul, that's a great deal, dude. If you don't have a Mac 2, I'm telling you, I'll vouch for it, not just for Stevie. He doesn't need vouching, but I can vouch for that knife. That's one I got back when times were good, and I will not let it go. Another one that's going to be cool that is not out yet. It is out, but they sold out. This is the TRM tag-along. They've got another batch in production that are going to be Magna Cut. I think the price is still going to be under $200. You're looking for a small EDC fixed blade. This one's in some weird steel, PSA 127 or something, or PSD 127. I'm not sure, but it's very ergonomical. It's very small. It's got a great little taco sheath, or you can get a pancake leather sheath that comes with it. And it's got this ulti-clip that comes with it. And I think it's just a bang up, small little, dude, I hope you're feeling all right, Kyle. We'll hold the fort down, brother. But that's a great little knife too. And it's getting ready to come out in Magna Cut. The Bulldog V2 is awesome. I'm actually sending my Bulldog in for a blade replacement in August. I really like the Neutron frame lock. I'm a big fan of the Neutron, even though it's just like the same size as the Bulldog, but it's thinner. And the blade stock's a little thinner. But I agree. I love the Bulldog. The River Locks is good. Of any bar lock is out there. But I'm such a friction guy that I like the action of either a liner lock or a frame lock. But I do think the Bulldog V2, that extra blade hole, is banging. Even though I didn't have a problem with the regular blade hole. And Kyle's put the edge on it, which means it will cut you just by looking at you. It will be sharp and slicey. That's one thing you don't have to worry about with Kyle's edges. So the Bulldog, if y'all don't know, they've increased the hole probably more than double this so that it runs down this spine about another 1/4 inch at least. So you can flick it from just about anywhere. Now, I missed it that time because I was going to say that you really can't miss it. I can't miss it like it is. And the reason I like it small is because it goes with their small little imprint before they did the Holy Nerd. But it does work better. That's what they had at Blade Show. Bulldog's a great knife. It's the same size as the Neutron, my opinion. Even though one's a little bit thicker, which would be the Bulldog, and one's got a river lock, and one's got either a liner lock or a frame lock. But it is a great little knife. It does feel great in the hand. And one thing about TRM, hey Luke, what's up? The fact that TRM will make changes based on customer feedback is strong. A lot of people don't do that. Luke is debating the bit high on the Mac 2. I don't know if he saw the extras, but those guys can hash it out, and I bet you Luke will buy it at the right price, and I bet you Stevie's right at the right price, and we'll watch him hash it out. We're looking for a little content here, and now we're going to go to White Mountain Knives and see what weird shit they got in just for S&Gs, and we won't stay there long, but we will go to their new knives, and usually there's no pictures of their new stuff. They're real slow to get their pictures up. So we've got some Spartan Harseys in stock, and we don't have pictures yet, which sucks. We've got some interesting stuff that I've never seen. Daily Carry looks like a little kidney taker. Don't know anything about it. Don't know how it don't know how you open it. I don't know if it's an automatic. Valley song, so it's just going to cut your finger off. So they've got that. Let's see what else we got new here. Some of these other little freaky ones that are kind of, in my opinion, rip-offs of the Riot. I wouldn't necessarily buy one of these for $200 if my life depended on it. And I might eat my words because there might be really nice people. They might not be. I don't know. It looks cheesy to me. It looks like a Riot. I'd rather have a Riot. Remet. Little button lock there. Gravity knife if you're into that. Not my jam. Whatever. I think Remet is whatever. What else we got here? Boker. There's a little Boker AK1, but it's $345, so it's one of their nicer ones. That's the drop point. I've got a American Tanto in their lower grade N690, and then I've got one in RW34 like this. It's a Warncliffe. I can assure you it is a fantastic collaboration between Boker and Daily Carry. If you'd like a great EDC knife, it is. Hey, here's a CJRB for $600. CJ R fucking B, and Magna Cut, button lock, Damascus, and I mean, it's a nice knife. It was $855, marked down to $589. Good luck. This is getting interesting now. And they've got the same knife in a dressed down version for $200. Okay. So I think that's the same knife. button lock, pokey stabby, spear point. Or you can get a $600 Damascus version, which is probably very nice. But mystery box, we're getting the stuff I've seen before. I'm not going to stay here long. Don't know anything about North Mountain Blade, but they've come on the scene and they're up there. I don't know the story, if they're USA made in China, so they're not. But White Mountain Knives is unique in that they carry a lot of Tucson, which I used to be big into. They carry a lot of Concept, which is a very good value. I think they've even got some Thunderheads in stock, which I can vouch for in a huge way. Go to my video and use my Amazon link. And then they've got this abomination. Robot knife with a bar lock to make it even that much less desirable. And we got some Protex, just a lot of stuff at White Mountain Knives. Some interesting Tucsons. You know, go check it out, guys. Go look at knives. There's all kinds of stuff out there. JSPR, EDC, what is up? The Gateway are really good knives, and when they come back in stock, they're the ones that are $69, right? I've never held one. I saw one at Blade Show, but they were too busy for me to actually handle one. I was handling something different, but I've seen a lot of videos on them, and they look really good. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Luke. I agree with that. I'm not impressed with a lot of those companies. I have a lot of them reach out to me. Roman in, what's up, buddy? I get some emails from companies that I don't necessarily know much about, and some of them I'll check out their stuff, but I like to stick with companies that I've done business with for years. It just works out better that way for me. I don't know why. What's up, Jasper? Not JSPR EDC, but that's what you go by, so we'll call you JSPR. Jasper EDC. So the jury's out on the Dubby. I'll let you know if I feel prompted to go make another 24 ounces. It's a tub of energy stuff, allegedly, with vitamins, allegedly, and protein and other neurotropic helpful ingredients, allegedly. We'll see how it goes. The other thing I'm really been impressed with, and Stevie can vouch on this, this is the Lynch Northwest Sparrow 7. This happens to be a Magna Cut. They also have it in CPM 154. I put a wicked smoking edge on this, and it just sharpened like a dream. The heat treat on it, so I want to say 64 and a half. Very well done knife. For an EDC knife, it's just a joy to carry. I've been a huge fan. It's about, I'm going to say 6.5 inches just on a guess. And then the other one I've really been impressed with is Melissa Backwoods and TKL's collaboration of this little worn EDC. It comes with a much smaller handle, but they sell this extended handle, which makes it great. It's a little aluminum handle that takes it out another about inch. And they also have a ring handle for this, but it's a wicked little Warncliffe built on the Piranha's platform, which tells me that TKL could really offer a lot of different knives with a very flexible way to carry them. If you want a ring knife, you can have a ring knife. If you want a short Piranha style knife with a 3-finger grip, you can get one just by changing the grips. Or if you want a extended grip, you can get it just by changing the grip. And it comes with a really nice Kydex sheath, or you can pick up a leather sheath, all set up to deep pocket carry. Everybody's coming out with pocket carry fixed blades now, and I'm behind it. This is the Lucky Dog Knives. Y'all have seen me talk about this guy, Andrew Kidd, who designs these knives. And instead of having them made in China, he works with David Mary Customs out of Canada. And he does about 10 of each at a time. He's one of those guys that does, I'd say, quality over quantity. Instead of opting for hundreds of knives, he just does 10 at a drop, sells those. He's got some coming in. I think he's got maybe one of these left on the site. I know he's got a couple of guard dogs left on the site, and then he's got some ranch dogs and can't think of the third dog, the one that hadn't been in yet. It's coming in soon. They're very nice knives at Lucky Dog Knife Company. My favorite, small batch custom. A lot of people don't agree. Everybody's got their favorites. The Roosevelt's great too. Huge fan of the Roosevelt. I really like the Lamia. This one's on bearings. It's a Friday the 13th edition from last year with the distressed black. The White River Exodus 3. I like my White River Burden trout. Let's look up the Exodus 3. I've got a couple of cool knives that I'm getting to check out coming in that I'm excited about. I won't spoil it because I want to share it with you guys. Yeah, this looks very similar to a more aggressive version. Where'd it go? There it is. I like it. How long is it? 7.2 inches. Not bad. I like the thinness of it. I wish I picked it up before my Burden trout because I like the profile of it better. I like the Model 1. They do some nice knives. I prefer White River over L2 Wright. I've got an L2 Wright that I really like. It's the Frontier First. Good little knife. Yeah, the River Dog that hadn't come out yet. That's the name I was looking for, Richard. Thank you. This little spear point looking knife. Let's take a peek at Lucky Dog real quick. It won't take but a second. They still got a burgundy bulldog in stock. The guard dog is really cool, I think, too. It's a 6-inch knife where the bulldog is only a 4 3/4, but that's the one I've got. I love that knife. It's got a little ram's foot blade. They're in AEBL. And then the ranch dog, I have one in 3V. They're coming out in AEBL. Really nice spay blade. And the one Richard was talking about, that's a new version, is going to be the River Dog. Really cool knife. It's going to be 5.7 inches. Taller blade, so it'll be very slicey. Blade thickness 0.09. Check out River or Lucky Dog Knives. Andrew Kidd's the man. He's a great designer, great young man. Got a lot of cool stuff he's doing. A lot of very cool stuff. Scotty, are you on the go a lot? On flights and stuff? Unless it was over 7 hours, I would opt to drive so I could carry knives. I didn't have to worry about checking shit. I would carry something because you'll feel naked if you don't. Are you flying? And what do you think you'll be doing? Hiking? Yeah, you'll probably, I can see why you'd want a little tool then if you're not checking bag, especially if you're doing carry on stuff. That's a nice little one. Driving and hiking. I'm a big fan, and this is just me. I like to carry a folder. I don't carry a slip joint every day anymore, but I like to carry a primary folder, regardless of what that is, depending on what I'm going to be doing, and a fixed blade in my back pocket. And that way I'm kind of covered if I need something a little bit more hard use. What's up, Mad Yako? And I'm also covered if I just need to cut something. Plus, I don't feel naked. I like to have a knife. I get stoked to have a knife. When I was in Las Vegas about 2 years ago, I flew out. I didn't have a knife. I had to go to, at the time, what's up, Kathleen? At the time, forget the name of the knife store in Vegas. They were open, and I went in and bought a Spyderco FRN. I can't remember what it was. I ended up selling it when I got back, but just so I'd have a knife, and I mailed it back because I felt naked without having one after carrying one for 4 years. Evening Tide Car. What's going on, brother? Welcome, guys. Welcome to a late Insomniac Sit and Spin, where we sit, we spin, we talk about knives, we talk about lives. Speaking of knives, I don't know what's going on with Microtech and Hawk, but I'm really loving my ZDP or ZBP Ultratech. It is so slicey and it has such good action. It's easy to actuate. The winner. This is the other Lucky Dog knives. The ranch dog. Excuse me, the ranch dog. Got a great tip. Got jimping at the tip and at the heel. Made in Canada, small batch. Very cool little knife. Yeah, I get nervous going through TSA, Scotty. I remember I was in Florida, and we would go on to it was a work thing, and we had some scavenger hunt corporate bullshit at Universal Studios, and I was carrying a concept or a Kaiser. What was it called? It was that funky Kaiser that had a bunch of different opening ways. I forget what it was called. Anyway, I had it in my pocket. And we go through, they've got a little turnstile there, and they check your pockets. You got to put your shit out. And I put my knife out, and they're like, you can't bring that in. I was like, all right, I'm going to go out here. It was a Corvid? I forget what it was called. And I said, I'm going to go out here and hide it. And they're like, you can't do that, sir. We'll have to go confiscate it. I had to walk it all the way back to my room at Universal Studios doing a scavenger hunt because I could not bring a small pocket knife in. So I feel the pain. And smuggling one in, they'll shake you down. They'll come tackle you at the wrong place. Yeah, the Dime's a nice little guy. So I've had this squirrely little cat that comes by every night at 8:30 and eats. I mean, he's sketch. He's a sketch little kitten, but he'll come by and he will gobble down a big ass thing of that nasty, just generic cat food that comes in a can that Tippy won't touch. And that little cat will come and eat and watch me and be scared as shit and jump around and eat that food. It's pretty funny. Prime Days is awesome. Prime Days sucks you in. You can't help it if you go to the app. And I, unfortunately, you go to the Amazon app way too much and get way too much stuff that I do not need. But I get it anyway because it's on Amazon and it's on sale. So does everyone have busy weeks, or is everybody in the summer? I do have a little native, buddy. I love the little native. I actually put my cart of scales on mine. Love it, love it, love it. It's a great little knife. It's probably one of my, it's that and the TRM Nerd are my two favorite fifth pocket knives. And I probably carry the native more and like it probably more because of the action for me personally. Midway, not only, I mean, I don't know if y'all are talking about cold steel, but Midway has the best cold steel deals ever. That's where I picked up my 4 Max Elite for like $199. Cat Scratch, what is up? Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Welcome to Insomniac Sit and Spin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. They're good ones. There's some other ones. I mean, the first fifth pocket knife that I had was probably the first knife I bought when I started collecting knives, and I still have it. It's a Dragonfly Spyderco in ZDP 189. Great little knife, but not very, fidgety. I like the Devo knives. I've gone blank. I've got a slip joint. And I've got a nip. I like the nip. I think it's a great little small knife. But then again, you can't beat the Spyderco, the TRM. They're just great little knives. The cold steel, what's it called? That little small $30 knife. It's FRN and AUS 10 or AUS 8. A great little knife. That little Warncliffe blade looks like a carpet knife. Works like a carpet knife. We'll cut through ceiling tiles. We'll cut through roofing tiles. It's a winner. But yeah, the native's great. I love the. I like a lot of the Tai Chung Spydercos. I have a. I'm a big fan of the smock. A lot of people hate the smock. I love it. I'm a big fan. Like the smock. My favorite EDC knife, just in overall carryability, is the Para 2, not the Para 3. And I like it more than... I don't have a McBee, Luke, but I'm sure they're awesome. I've handled a McBee. Fifth pocket carry knives, I don't carry as much as I enjoy playing with them. Every now and then I'll put one in my pocket. If I'm just running around in shorts or something, they're good. But the McBee's a very nice little knife, and they're economical for what they are. But I do not have one. I have played with one. Do think they're very cool. The Gerber. In all truth, my first pocket clip knife was the Kershaw Chive, which was one of the first knives which I went to the hospital and got 6 stitches taking a cat collar off a card using that chive, cutting like an idiot before I was even a knife guy. I think I get cut now. You should have seen me before I was an idiot when I would just cut like a dumbass. Big fan of Tim at Carry Development, a USA company. I picked up one of his knives on trade about 2-3 years ago, one of his early knives called the Hydra. This is a carry development Banshee. It's got a grip material called Grip Tech, which everybody was blown away at the show with. I think you're going to see a lot of knife makers using this instead of G10. But he makes a fantastic little knife and a little taco sheath that carries great in your back pocket. I'm a back pocket fixed blade carrying guy. A lot of people like to carry their fixed blade other ways, and I totally get it. I'm weird that way. I've gotten used to it. They don't encumber me the way I carry them in the back pocket. But they are good knives. Carry development. Check him out on Instagram. Let me find him on Instagram. Let me share him with you in case y'all aren't educated on carry development. Share his link. That's a little new version, Hydra. The sheaths are immaculate. The sheaths are great. They remind me of Pew Pew sheaths. He does really cool custom fixed blades. That's mine. Very cool little knife. But he does drops all the time. Follow him. Their knives are very cool. His name's Tim. He makes all these by hand. He has several different styles, different handles, different blades. He does a Banshee XL. I was trying to find. Banshee's a really cool shape. That's the one I got at Blade Show. But check out Carry Development. Cool fixed blades. Mine's Nitro V. What's up, Ouchie EDC? But you can buy all kinds of steels depending on what you want and what he's working with. Unlike when you work with Shane, you can detail or determine what the steel is based on what you want, right? What you want, what you need. What your use case is. What are you going to do with your knife? You're going to cut with it? You're going to put it in a case? You're going to cut hard shit with it? You're going to hammer with it? Everybody's different. I think most of us fall into the category of opening stuff, maybe cutting back some vines if we're hiking. I don't know if I'm sure some people, I know like Scotch and things really uses his knives hard. I don't use mine as hard as I should. I wish I had more opportunity to use my knives hard. But I use them when I can and do stuff with them that they should be done with. I don't like to misuse them. Like I've got pry bars for stuff like that. I don't like to use my knife to pry apart parts or things like that. But I'm not afraid to cut stuff with it. Not afraid to sharpen them. The TR3 is a great knife. About 250 bones. S35 VN aluminum. USA made. Big honking thumb studs. Scaled aluminum handles that are very grippy. Thick blade. And it's got that Protect snap. For a button lock. All of my flipper tab Protects are great, but this has got more fire than any of them. I've been keeping it in my pocket. I love this knife. Very good tip, man. I've never thought about that. I've scrubbed scales before to get some of the oil off, but it hadn't brought back any of the grippiness or the texture. It's gotten some of the embedded dirt off. But I kind of like to have my car to absorb personality, goo, hand grip, yuck, stuff like that. But let's do see who is live. Check something real quick in the background here. Oh man. Y'all are gonna hate me. Y'all are gonna hate me. But Carmex is live. I'm gonna share him for 1 second so you can see what a weirdo.
Piece of reality. That's me. You betcha.
This guy drinks like
That's Rob Saul, John.
he drinks shot after shot and sit here and just rags on him, people and himself.
I mean, he would be crushed physically and emotionally in this.
Anyway, he goes off on tangents. Y'all need to check out Karmic X. He's a trip. He's one of those weird live streamers that came on the scene, I don't know, 4 months ago. And he's in this weird little circle of just weird stuff. Bob Tism, it's a late night knife hangout, brother. You're right. You're welcome to hang. You're welcome to talk about knives. You're welcome to talk about life. You're welcome to talk about whatever, as long as it's appropriate, or somebody will put you in timeout. So it's all good. Glad you're here, dude. Glad you're here. You're welcome, as is everybody, to Tuesday Insomniac Sit and Spin. Sit and spin just means there's nothing required of you. Just chill, hang out, chat with each other, coagulate, deviate, associate, do all those good things. Have fun. Have fun. We'll throw in a quick wake up.
You can call me Nannerpuss, and guess
Every now and then we'll throw in a little action Jackson to wake everybody up. Maybe we'll get a hype train one day. Maybe I'll come up with some kind of like hype train, soul train type of interlude, you know, where it's not just me talking, showing knives. We're doing action-packed shit. I mean, there's always room for action. Life's too short to not have action. I did, Luke. I went through and I sucked the volume off of all of them, hopefully. This one right here is a Lucky Dog Knife Company Ranch Dog. These will be back in stock very soon. It's got a Wingay and I think Bacardi handle with the brass pins and a brass lanyard hole, made by a guy by the name of David Mary Customs, designed by a guy by the name of Lucky Dog Knife Company. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. I love the space-shaped blade. It sharpened up very, very nicely. It was a win. A huge win. I'm going to mute Karmic and watch him in the background, because if he goes on, because sometimes he'll cry, and if he cries on stream, y'all want to watch it. It's just classic. When he talks about the Valley of Men and then just goes into tears. He's what you'd call mentally unstable. If you're talking about the straight razor, no, but I did wet shave today for the first time in a long time, because my electric razor, the screen, I noticed it was making me bleed on the side of my face. I was like, what the fuck? And it was The little screen had snapped just enough to make a little like razory thing that was cutting me. Full size knives. The Splinter, which I've got in the other room by Dustin Driver, is a full size knife with a short little MagnaCut handle. It's about twice this size. This is the Ricochet. I'll go grab it at some point if I take a break. But there are some cool. Check out Driver Defense. Driver Defense Knives Splinter. Let me pull one up. Tell you the dimensions. Splinter. It is going to be all right. He's not gonna have a dimension. I'm gonna go get mine. Y'all hold on. Sit tight. Sit tight. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna throw something up. Be right back. So this is the Splinter. This is what I consider a long handle knife, a full handle knife with kind of a short MagnaCut blade at about 64.5, handmade in North Alabama. Very neutral handle. It is 7 1/4 overall with a 4.5-inch handle. That's called the Splinter. That's it next to it. It's a much longer handled knife. Total winner though. I like both of those very, very much. What is up, Satisfaction? Good to see you, buddy. What is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh-oh, I bumped my thingy. Turn that shit all kinds of sideways. But yeah, I got a couple of cool fixed blades coming in that I'm stoked about to check out. Have some scales that I've never heard of before that I'm going to check out and do a couple of scale swaps on. A couple of other interesting things that'll be coming in. And then my buddy A to Z recently picked up the Chavez Protect, which he loves, and I'm going to review or do an overview of. And then he also picked up the Dixon, which he's just smitten with, the McNeese Dixon. Everybody that has one seems to love it. I handled it. Fell in love with it instantly. I mean, the finger hole is just chef's kiss. I mean, just absolutely perfect. Yeah, it's a good one, man. I'm telling you, there's nothing better. I thought it was so good. The finger hole, what I liked about it was the little ramp. It was like a little pyramid. Uh-oh. Guys, we got a cat coming right freaking through. Hold on. Chippy, back off. Sorry about that, guys. I'm about to have a cat just come jumping through here. That's awesome, dude. Washers make all the difference. I'm telling you, putting this J cape on washers, not J cape, my McNeese is night and day. I love this knife on phosphorus bronze skiff thick washers. Just perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I haven't really paid that much attention to the pivot. That's probably a very fair observation because it does have a lot of thwack to it. But I enjoyed handling it. I got to handle brother Ryan Ellis's when he picked it up at Blade Show. That's the one I got to spend the most time with. And dug it. Thought it was a blast. Thought it was great. Uh-oh. We got some Carmex music, guys. Y'all are going to have to just hold up and check it out.
Why would you let your country down? Do you believe in borderlines?
This guy's got the weirdest live streams. You wouldn't believe, dude. He goes nuts. I mean, he plays his weird AI music. He makes those AI videos. He'll dance and then he'll go. That was Borderlines, dude. That's one of my favorite songs. He's got a Spotify playlist. I know May didn't want to see it again, but he asked for it.
Nights, a dance with shadows under a pale moonlight, bound by these chains, getting rusty by the rain.
That's Carmex Live. Go check him out, Carmex X. His streams are just epic because he'll go for hours. Whoops, I need to mute it so I can watch him when he comes back and he goes on a tear. He had to hold his mic for like 2 weeks because he busted it off. Dixon, your chin. Yeah, I got you, Dixon. I got you, Dixon, right here. Yeah, you never know. It could be a little turtle too. Could be like a scared turtle. You never know, Dixon. Are we still borderlining it? Yeah, I'm waiting for Carmex to come back. And I'll share some just late night freaking weirdness. I told you guys it'd be weird. Because once again, I've got knives to show, but everybody's seen knives. I mean, I could sit here and show knives. I could do like others. We could go through and I could show you knives on a website where you guys, I'm sure, look at knives all the time. Or I could show you weird, whacked out streamers who are just nuts. Who knows? You know, it's Tuesday night. It's late. I'll probably last till midnight, maybe a little later. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's see what Carmex is up to.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Carmex X Live. I'm your host, Carmex. Carmex's back. Yes, I'm back, everybody. I turned down my horn. It was a little loud, I found.
Dude, he's just a guy from Minnesota who is absolutely whack. Ryan, I had to throw him in there. Exactly. More AI boobs. Jesse, what's up, dude? It's late. I don't blame you, dude. He's got the Andrew Dice Clay jacket for sure. He picked it up. Jesse stayed. I won't show any more Carmax. I won't talk any more of that craziness. I promise you. I will let it go. I'll let y'all talk about whatever you want me to talk about. I can show y'all stuff. Hickory dickory dock. You got to admit, Andrew Dice Clay was original. I still thought Sam Kinison was probably one of the best. He's the one that rocked me. You could do it. I'll tell you who does it better than anybody. It's well, not better than anybody, but are you familiar with what's it called? Hold on. Something Hanks. Let me find it. I'm on their mailing list. Hanks Cartel. Are y'all familiar with Hanks Cartel? I'm going to show it to you on Instagram. If you're not following it, I'll share the link. Here's a link for some really interesting pinup type Hanks, a little bit more risque type Hanks. And they are designed by our friend, Countess Anne. And I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Boom. So she does some of these anime Hanks, kind of with chick superhero, kind of knife bearing. Wacky Hanks. But that's Hanks Cartel. You know, more darker stuff, weirder stuff, depending on what you're into. They're small. They're not very big Hanks. I've got one of them. But they are different. So if you're looking for that risque type of Hank, check out Hanks Cartel. You could do it. All you got to do is try, buddy. Find the right fabric, make them up. Just make that stuff up. Cool stuff. Or partner up with somebody who can help you with that, with the artwork side of it. I've got probably 20 Hanks, and I use them for taking pictures. That's about it. I don't even carry one. I used to carry one early on when I was EDC and stuff like that, but I don't anymore. I probably should, but I carry one in my bug out bag. I always have one, but that's about it. You know, Matt, I'm not sure what she does. I don't know if she designs it. I'm sure she orders it. She's over there in somewhere, Slovenia or somewhere like that, Slovakia. Some four-way place. Some Serbia, some cold ass place where I'd happily move to and live to be her little man child. Maddie, me too. I think art, people who design knives, people who design anything, or make stuff, to me is just, it blows me away. It's definitely a hardcore skill. And I think the people that actually make the art or do the stuff, they don't give themselves enough credit because they're doing it all the time. They look at it as just something that they're able to do, where most of us are just like, holy shit. Pocket metal. perfect example of just an amazing artist. Yeah, you got to stick it with the homies. That's for shiz. Early on, I got some, what were they called? Gear Hanks. That was early on before. I had a couple of Forest Hanks before Forest started putting stuff on Hanks. I've got a lot more Forest Hanks now. Forest. Maddie makes stuff. Mainly me angry. He designs some cool knives. You got to give him that. You got to give him that love. Then your job's complete. If I've pissed Stevie off, I have done what I set out to do. Doesn't take much. You gotta stay between the lines, and you'll be fine. Step out of the line, Stevie will call you to the freaking mat, as he should, because he's a manly man. He walks through the valley of men, like Carmack. Carmack actually walks through the valley of men. That's one of his. Let's see what he's. Who cares about that? Yeah, I promised y'all I'd go no more. Yeah, the Matty knife. I had the Phoenix for a really, really long time, and I donated it to Bluminati when we were doing a giveaway to him. I figured he'd appreciate it more than me because I had a bunch. Pretty soon I'll have this yellow cat, not yellow. What do you call them? Garfield colored cats, calico. I don't know what you call those cats. Come knock at my door. Maddie, Stevie lives around the volcanic ridge, right? That's scary shit. We dodge tornadoes here. That's pretty scary, but you've got your odds on your side. I say that. Not always. Everybody gets hit. Yeah, they've got a kind of an angry set of mountains over there. Orange tabby. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, this orange tabby named Cheeto. The only reason I know that is he's got an old flea collar that says Cheeto on it. He comes by here in rough houses. He'll like pluck the window screen and then he'll whack at the door because I leave my storm door open at night. Because I usually record content at night. I think I've got to record content tonight for tomorrow. What's up, One Moon? Good to see you, brother. I'm wearing my Dead Nuts Devo shirt tonight in honor of Brother Lefty EDC, who I really enjoyed seeing at Blade Show, who I hadn't seen in a while. We used to do Off the Edge together before his second was born, and I enjoyed having those live streams with him. We'd always have arguments about stuff, so it was kind of engaging. It was fun. It's nice to have somebody to Palmer, what's up, brother? It's nice to have stuff to bounce off people's heads, right? To go back and forth and talk it up. Luke, I'm up at night. I sleep during the day. I do content at night. It's just ever since I lost my main job, when they kind of phased out our part of the company, I've flipped it. I just do my stuff at night, my work, my SEO stuff, my YouTube stuff. And then during the day, I just kind of get stuff done. But usually I nap, take micro naps. I'm a weird sleeper. I've got weird sleep habits. Always have. So I don't look at it as a bad thing. I just look at it as a thing. Just a thing. Good to see you, Palmer Conley. So is everybody chilling tonight? Is everybody just relaxing? Are we missing anything? Missing anything exciting? Anybody got exciting news? Any knife news? Anything somebody's excited about getting? Matt, that is a fantastic knife. The Agent 002 is a banger. I'm glad you like it, my friend. Yeah, that's a good one. I've been pleased with just about every TKL I have. Some of them have not been as much my style, but they're still great knives. I'm a huge fan. Tim and Suzanne are very nice people too. And they're made in a neighboring state. So I'm behind them 100%. I'm trying to get them to join us for a Friday night flicks. Maddie's in the hallway right now, Ryan. He's been in the hallway for a while. We've been waiting for him to fully come out into the living room and tell us what's up. But, you know, everybody's got their time frame. We're not going to rush. Dude, very nice. Congratulations, Stevie. Stevie's getting some of the coolest knives because he's focused his efforts on buying knives that are local. And I think that's very cool. Richard's getting his construction done on his house. They're finishing up there. That's awesome, buddy. Very, very cool. Ryan Ellis has been here, Maddie. You hadn't been around? He's watching it in Wi-Fi at a hotel room. Getting work done. Making it happen. Dude, talking about cheddar makes me hungry. Y'all don't do that to me. I get hungry.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. Talk about food. Y'all will watch it happen, man. Y'all will watch me just go, guys. Mexican pizzas are calling me because they do. When they get my mind, they will call me. Ryan, are y'all? I haven't missed that, have I? Are y'all still training? Because I mean, your picture was impressive. I didn't know dude, that's sweet. I can't wait to see that. So Ryan, have y'all done the compo yet? I mean, or have you just intimidated them from your pictures and gotten everybody to back out? I'll have to pull some of those, buddy. I've been going looking for all the weird ones like this one. Here's a weird one for you.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover. Paul and Patty know this. No matter where they go or what they do, they always try to remember what to do if the atom bomb explodes right then. It's a bomb. Duck and cover.
It's a bomb. Duck and cover. I'll tell you, if you can see the flash, ducking and covering ain't doing you no good. Ooh, spaghetti. Yum. I'll tell you what I've got in the refrigerator. I've got some barbecue pork. It's very, very good. And pulled pork. But let's see if I've got... Yeah, I took my Taco Bell thing off my little thing there. I took my Taco Bell thing off because it would always tempt me. Every time I'd put it up there, I'd see that juicy Mexican pizza. Even though I always get mine with no beans. That's the trick. When you get a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, if you really want it to be delicious, get it with no beans, extra meat. Even though it's not really meat. I just say that because it makes me feel better. And then get a bunch of mild sauce and several of the green sauces. They come in a bigger pack, and you're off to the races. 2 of those and a soft taco, I'm golden. 2 Mexican pizzas, soft taco, I am winning. Without a doubt. Scooter. That's true. Real well. I've had good Mexican food. I wouldn't call it real, but I've had good Mexican food, and Taco Bell's not that by any means. It's fast food that, to me, when it's late, tastes good. Guys, I'm gonna have to run to the little boys' room real quick. Hold tight. Please don't go anywhere. I will be back. Sorry about that, guys. That Druby 24 ounces went through me pretty quickly. It actually kind of flowed through me. I don't know the jury's out on it yet because I drank like one serving. It comes in a little tub. So that's actually 2 servings, which you're not supposed to exceed in any one day. Wilkins coffee. Wilkins coffee commercial. I'll get copyright hammer on this now, but it's not a big deal. I'll just have to delete it.
Wilkins coffee. I don't want any. Then push that button. How about a cup of Wilkins? With this camera, I shoot pictures of people who don't drink Wilkins coffee. I'm ready. Shoot. Anybody else? You'll like this new car. Yeah? It's got a built-in maker for Wilkins instant coffee. Who needs it? Well, you can't sell them all. Got your parachute? I forgot it. How about the Wilkins coffee? I forgot that too.
I'm gonna have to. I'll clip some of those. I've never seen those before, but I'll definitely clip some. Yako, I'm only going for about 20 more minutes, buddy. I'm not going a full 3 hours tonight, but you can come on Friday if you want to, for sure. Just hit me up. They're good. I'll show you some other. This one I don't remember seeing, but this is a good one too. This where is it? This is one I thought this was interesting.
As a past Olympic champion, I keep myself in top physical condition. And as a professional race car driver, I keep my car in top condition too. That's why I support Smog Check, California's vehicle inspection program. By the year 1987, it's estimated that...
That's Bruce Jenner talking about what is going to be. But no, man, Yako, you can definitely come on. Check this out.
There's too much water in that kettle. And now the lid's on crooked. And that means disaster for this lady. Because she is on a boat. Don't boil a kettle on a boat.
Just weird stuff. Weird stuff. Hey, I will do a 24-hour stream. I've thought about it, dude. I've thought about doing a 24-hour. I've done 10 hours before. Tonight I'm starving. I figured I'd go till right around, midnight, close to midnight. Y'all don't need to be up late. I don't want to be bad influences. I just want to bring y'all a little bit of mindless banter on a Tuesday night. What's up, Derek? For real? What is going on, buddy? Always awesome to see you, my friend. Yeah, I used to have... I don't have any more. I don't think if I had any other funny drops. This is still my favorite.
You can call me Nannerpuss, and get...
I like that one. I like this one too. That's when you make them feel. Most expensive knife at the collection, Lamia? No. Close. But it's actually this Michael Zeba S5 Custom. The Lamia is tied with this pretty closely for what I got it for. This is the mini Koenig with a flipper tab that I don't carry nearly enough. Great knife. Ryan got a full size at Blade Show. But my favorite knife is not even the Lamia. My favorite knife is that knife right there. The Liangma Field Duty EDC. OEM by Riot. To me, this has just got perfection detent. It's great. Unfortunately, they don't make it right now. They make the full size. Which is a nice knife. Probably a nicer made knife. But I don't like the flicker hole because it's too big for me. I can still flick it very well. But if I wanted to, I could hot dog down the hallway it and stick my finger all the way through, which I don't like that. I have to think about it. But I like the Field Duty EC. It's probably my numero uno. But I love the Lamia. Can't beat it. I like a clip point too. I like a lot of blade shapes. I like a Warnie. I like I really like my Jaeger. What do you call that? A sheep's foot? Call that a Warncliffe? That's another great knife, in my opinion. This is the older Jaeger M. New York Boss Thoughts. I like it because it's weird. I've never handled one, Maddie. I don't have a lot of experience with it, except the same that you have seen it, and it looks pretty cool. But I ain't that familiar with it. Sheep's feet. And I like my fixies too, but folders still just are offering you more, I guess, fun if you're fidgety like me. The Field Duty EDC is great, Roman. I love it. The Array is a fantastic knife. That knife is as good as they get. It is a banger. I don't mind thumb studs over a hole if they're placed right, like that one are. That one is, or those are. I don't have it over here, but that Concept Thunderhead's a banger too. It's a really good knife. Very, very good knife. So what y'all carry today? I carried my ProTech TR3, and I carried my Lucky Dog Bulldog, which happens to be sitting right here. I carry this in my back pocket probably 5 days out of the week, just because it's so small and it's such a good package opener, cardboard ripper. Almost just cut my HDMI cable. Yeah, the one thing about it, weeds have gotten so high. A lot of those knives that I'm seeing that I don't even recognize the names are high. If you go to Amazon and search titanium knife, you'll see a lot of them are high. Busty's doing some really cool stuff. I haven't gotten one in a while. Naslander's a good one. Strider S&G's a total winner. I've got a Lynch clip on my Strider S&G and love it. Love it, love it, love it. Buck Alpha Scout Elite. That's a nice one. There's so many good knives out there. I mean, to recommend a best knife or a favorite knife, I can have personal favorites, but that just means that I've only experienced those few knives. There's so many knives I haven't. One of them, Ryan Ellis, has full. Awesome. I can't find it right now, but it's the Kershaw. What's up, Chicago 23? The Viper. Sweet. Spyderco Dragonfly. Even nicer. K390. Sweet. But the Kershaw, I don't use many of them for food prep. I use my slip joints to cut stuff like, fruit and stuff like that. Sandwiches. My tiny knives get neglected more than my others. But the Kershaw Bel Air was one that I never gave a second thought till Ryan sent me one to check out. I reviewed it and then ended up buying one. And I reviewed a knife from Knives and More just the other day. It was a Swartz Overland, and I'm thinking about buying that knife. Magna cut, sharpened at 18 degrees, heat treated at 63.5. Gorgeous little knife. Let me show it to you. Oops, I didn't spell it right. H. Schwartz. The one I did was olive green with an olive green Cerakoted blade. But it's this little knife right here. Kind of set up as a food prep knife, but it's more like an EDC knife. Small, Magna Cut. Banging little knife. I did a review on it yesterday. I think it went out yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. It's a cool one. It's a very cool one. I didn't cut with it because it wasn't mine. I wanted to, though, because it's very slicey. The edge geometry on it's sick. And it would be a sandwich cutting machine or any food cutting machine, because it's kind of designed like my Leon Ma Cuff 3.0 is a kitchen utility folder. It's another really nice Leon Ma Riot design knife. But this is the small one, the 3.0. And it's got that food prep, real thin L-Max blade, which makes it a great EDC knife. It's just kind of small. And it doesn't have quite the snappy detent as my field duty folder or my field duty EDC. I've got some bangers, though. The Kaiser Momo would make a great food prep knife. It looks like a kitchen knife. I mean, it's so thin. It's so slicey. It's definitely one that can make it happen. I had the Momo and the Mini Momo. I gave both of those away, membership giveaway, but they were awesome. Matisfactions put up a link. Let's see what he's got. Is this going to be a Task Gray? Oh, no, that looks even cooler. Let's look at this. An O knife. But it does look like a really good kitchen prep knife. I like the holes on the blade too. The only thing I don't like is the bar lock. I'm just not a fan of bar locks. And I know that more people are doing them because they're great locks. Fed, what's up, brother? I didn't even see you in here. I'm just seeing people saying hey to you, so I'm going to say hey to you too. What's up, Fed? Good to see you, my man. Good to see all you guys as we hang around for a little while on a Tuesday night. Not our usual long night, not our 10-hour night, not even our 3-hour night. Because to be honest with you, I need sleep and I need food. Not necessarily in that order. I don't want to kick it till midnight. I'll make it up. Well, I can't make it up Friday night because we're sandwiched between said faction. That's true, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the bar lock. I've got a lot of Benchmays. I've got a lot of bar locks that I really like, but I just don't prefer them currently. Like even the River Lock on the TRM, I prefer the frame lock or the liner lock just because of the natural detent. And that's just a me thing. Most people that are like when I was new to the knife game, not that I'm a veteran by any means, but when I was buying Benchmades, I loved bar locks. They were perfect because I could just hold the lock and flip it open. I didn't have to have really any technique. Hey, Course Cotton, how are you, brother? Oh, dude, I hope you're recovering quickly and painlessly. I hope they've got you taken care on. Derek, we are going to go to fish. I've just got to get in touch with you, dude. I have been taking care of my dad. We go back to the doctor on the 22nd and to figure out if he's going to be able to stay at home. But it's been crazy, dude. I apologize. But I would love to go to fish with you. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, the bar lock is a very effective lock. It's very strong. It's very stable. It works well. Just for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I prefer a frame lock or a liner lock or something like that that's got a little detent. Dude, hang in there. You will get better each day. You might have a couple of setbacks, but all in all, it'll get better. we'll hope for that at least. I hope for that for you. All right, buddy. You have a good night. Yeah, I've still got to review one for tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to review either. That's what I get. I get creative constipation. I don't know if y'all ever get that, because I don't get knives sent in to where I've got them piled up to where I can just choose which ones I want to look at and show off. I've kind of got to work with my collection, and when I have to do like several knife videos, which seem to do better from views, there's so much more brain work that goes into them. I'm trying to think of a theme, and I'm just not good at that. I'm not the most creative kid in the Cabbage Patch, as you can tell by my videos. I kind of just get down to it. But tomorrow, I will probably do a long-term review of this knife, because all I've done was an unboxing when I did a show and tell of it. I just did kind of a short show and tell when I got it from Knives and More, and I was showing it off before I decided I was going to trade for it. I like my Benchmade Freak, but it was close enough to my Kathleen Smith. It was running like a dream today, and then I shook the carburetor loose by hitting a bump, and I've got to do more work on it tomorrow. But I've got my lawn guy coming to cut my grass, but I've got 2 big swaths cut through it. I had it running perfectly this morning, absolutely perfectly. And then I hit a bump, came in and watched some videos about what would make it start and then stop, and learned that it's probably the carburetor shaking loose, which I don't know how that would have happened, but I might not have screwed down something tight enough. But I appreciate you asking, and I did complete the rebuilt carburetor to get it to run. But to keeping it running, that's been a totally different story. But I know I've got the right gas. I know I've got the right thing. I just don't have the right compression in the carburetor, I don't think. And it cut, like I said, it cut great for 2 perfectly long swaths. Then it just hit a bump and went wacky on me. Where's Shane? I hadn't seen Shane tonight, but he might be resting. He might be working at the shop. There's no telling with Shane. I can't wait to look at the updated fret. That's going to be a really cool little knife, guys. I'm stoked to see it. Very, very stoked to see it. So does everybody have busy weeks coming up? Everybody working hard? Everybody in the throes of a work week? I wish I was. I'm not. I'm actually working on that's possible, but I checked the float, and the float looks almost brand new, because I almost bought a brand new carburetor. They're only like $20. I talked to him a couple of days ago, Kathleen, I think yesterday. Geek Machinist, I'm the same way. Well, I haven't really been looking, because I'm at that age to where I was in a management, upper, kind of not C-level, but upper management at a pretty big corporate company, and I don't want to go back to that route. I could do it independently, but I'm looking for something different, I think, for this last stage. And there's all kinds of things I might do. I'm going to have to do something pretty soon. YouTube ain't cutting it, that's for shiz. I'm about 1 million subscribers away. I didn't use Seafoam yet, but I've watched it. I've watched some stuff on it, but I've used, I first started using a little bit of starter fluid to make sure it was my spark plug. And then I drained all my old fuel out. I went down and got some ethanol-free fuel, filled it up, rebuilt my carburetor early this morning to make sure that I had it all seated right, that I had it seated back in the mower right. It started up perfectly, ran like a dream. I mean, perfectly ran. And then it cut 2 huge swaths of grass, and then it started choking out. I don't know what the fuck. So I've got to figure it out. Yeah, that's true. I couldn't be working and taking care of Pops the way I am. But see, Pops was in a memory care facility up until COVID. And my brother and I made the decision to get him out of the memory care facility because it was just, they were locking it down. And it was one of those things where, we didn't want something to happen to him there. So we got somebody to come by and see him a couple hours a day to stay with him. But he, it's just one of those things where I live really, really close to him. So my brother lives in Birmingham, kind of a ways away. So I kind of do the day-to-day on him. And he's taking more and more time now because he'll wander and do stuff like that, just in the neighborhood, but it's still kind of freaky. But I will get them all working. There's a guy, I've got a number for a guy named Raheem, who was, my mom said, in our little neighborhood. She's on their Facebook page. She does great at-home repairs. So if worse comes to worse and I can't get it on, I will order the $15 carburetor that looks just like mine and try it first to see if I mount it tight. But I can't imagine what it is. I cannot imagine what it is. Like I said, if it hadn't run great this morning, I think that maybe something was jacked up, that I was, outside of my ability to learn. That's funny. Guys, I hate to do it. It's midnight. I'm starving. I haven't eaten. I should have eaten before, but I was just trying to get hyped up. And I am hyped up, and I enjoyed hanging out. And we'll make it long. We might even do I'm thinking about doing a 24-hour stream. I swear to God I am. But it'd have to be a membership drive or something like that. But I'd also have to have guests to come on and keep it fresh. But do me a huge favor, guys. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Please come hanging out with me Friday night. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.
Late night creeps where the shadows grin. Juvons in the cut, let the games begin. With a flick of the blade, we dive in a sin. It's a marathon groove, not a race to win. The clock don't sleep, the knives don't pause. Chasing thrills, no time for applause. The world spins mad on Juvon's claws, where the edge cuts deep in the night's great jaws. Sit and spin under the